It's a typical winter day on the lower Mountain Fork River. But on this particular weekend, the river was host to some exceptional youth anglers. Members of the U.S. Youth Fly Fishing Team traveled from all over the country to Oklahoma to fly fish.
We're on the Lower Mountain Fork River right now in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. And with me right now is my team members from the United States Youth Fly Fishing Team. And we're currently doing a team practice here. These anglers, in my opinion, have never seen a river like this, with like all these like bedrocks and cuts. I think the fishing here is like, it makes you a very good angler because the fish here are very picky and you have to like make sure you know what you're doing to really like produce the most fish you can actually catch.
Vanek considers the Lower Mountain Fork River his home. It's where he learned to fly fish and where he developed his world-class fly fishing skills. Skills that led him to become a veteran member of the U.S. Youth Fly Fishing Team.
He's 17 years old now. He started fly fishing probably when he was about 10 or 11 years old. He had been watching, of course, TV shows with people fly fishing. He had fished normally since he was probably 5 years old, but he wanted to get into fly fishing just because he enjoyed watching it on TV. So for his birthday one year, he asked for a fly rod and reel combo. My wife and I bought him one thinking it would last about 2 weeks, and he started fly fishing, fell in love with it, and has moved on from there.
So after that, I really like came to this river and I started like honing in my skills, like changing tactics up and like seeing like how I can get better as an angler myself. And I just like fished hard here for about a year and a half and started doing a lot more competitions and basically just got really good.
And then after that, we started looking online and we found the U.S. team and that they had these clinics that were available. So the next step after that was to send him to a clinic.
He started going to the clinics, working very hard, fishing weekend after weekend after weekend to get better. So he's just progressed along for the past several years on this.
Evan has fished all over the country, and he knows the Lower Mountain Fork offers some challenging fishing opportunities. And that's why he and the team are practicing here. In August of 2018, these anglers competed in the World Fly Fishing Championships in Poland, finishing 5th place. The Lower Mountain Fork River was chosen as the ideal river in the entire country to practice because it best emulated the fishery the team was fishing in Europe.
The waters in Europe that these kids have to prepare for the World Championships, they can't find those just anywhere in the U.S., but Oklahoma, with the different types of waters on this river, it really mimics a lot of the rivers in Europe to get these kids prepared. So it's a special place here for sure. I've not been anywhere else in the country that offers such a diverse type of water for people to fish on as it is here.
In May of 2015, Oklahoma experienced what experts have called an unprecedented rain event, and the Lower Mountain Fork River experienced substantial damage. As floodwaters rose to historic heights on Broken Bow Lake, floodgates were opened on the Lake Spillway Dam, releasing a tremendous force of water down the Trout Stream and through the Beavers Bend State Park. The flood's impact completely restructured the Lower Mountain Fork as we knew it. There was incredible erosion and significant widening of the river in prime areas, essentially creating a new river and reforming the already world-class river into a completely different fishery.
I was expecting a stream with less habitat for trout. I didn't really expect that Oklahoma would have a really good trout habitat, but I was thoroughly surprised with the amount of habitat and the amount of water and the amount of fish that were here.
And I like this river specifically because there's like honestly no other river like this, like I think in the United States. Like even before the flood, the river was like really special. And now even after the flood, like as you can see, like it's basically like a gorge in Colorado, and like a lot of like really cool aspects to the river, like how the flows work. And I really like how like it's like just totally different from every other river and how I can like fish it.
I love this water. Before the flood especially, it was my favorite river in the whole world, but right now it's awesome because this is a really hard river to fish, and if you get really good at it, then you're really prepared for any other river in the country.
This is my first time in Oklahoma fishing here, and it's not exactly what I thought it was going to be like. It's a little bit different. It just makes you a better all-around angler, so you're able to fish different types of waters and not just one type. That's what I enjoy about being out here.
The Lower Mountain Fork has 3 different zones for fly fishing for trout, and each one of those waters is very unique. And what's really, I think, neat about Oklahoma is that while some of the kids from the other areas of the U.S., they're unable to fish as well during this time of year because it's so cold and the ice and the snow, they can come down here and it's prime fishing for us. So it gives them a chance to fish some different waters and have an opportunity to fish a different season.
It's a world-class water, and it's good practice wherever you are. There's easy fisheries and there's hard fisheries, but this one gives a good variety. It just depends on where you are.
We were on a smaller stream in the morning yesterday, then we were on a very wide stream in the afternoon with lots of different types of water for them to work on. So I can't recall many places in Colorado where you've got that sort of variety and just a few miles of river.
Any opportunity that we can give the kids to fish a different water that they're not used to, that they don't fish every day in their back home waters, just gives them an opportunity to get better. And then that really challenges them. And then when they hit those areas at the world level or at the national level, they're more prepared to adapt.
We'll get together, I say like maybe 5 times a year for full team practices, ranging from like Pennsylvania, North Carolina, we've been to Colorado, New York, and then this might become one of our new clinic spots possibly if we actually like it a lot.